Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. How you doing? Guys, far out. What a week. Seriously. Such sad news about Val Kilmer, who I think is a really underrated Batman, and I think honestly probably really underrated in a lot of roles that he had. So yeah, very sad news. So RIP Val. And then today's also Heath Ledger's birthday. I in Perth where I live, it's Heath's hometown. Like there's a theatre in our downtown city area that's actually called the Heath Ledger Theatre, so he's still someone that's obviously very fondly remembered here. But I mean, such a bit of a sad week for Batman fans. So goodness, it was yeah, the news about Val were very unexpected. Like I know he's had his health problems, but I didn't realize I guess how severe they were. So very sad news. And I mean, I probably like a lot of people posted a photo of his figure on Instagram as a little bit of a tribute. And I also was thinking about Bob Dylan has an amazing Val Kilmer Bruce Wayne, and it's funny. I really thought quite poorly of the Batman Forever movie in my adult life, but when I rewatched it last year, it wasn't as bad as I thought. And as I said, I think I've come to appreciate that Val was actually like I think he was actually like he was good in the role. So as I said, I think a very underrated Batman um was Val, but just wanted to acknowledge those two things to start the stream. Probably a bit of a somber note to start the stream on. Sorry guys. Um how's everyone doing? April, first week of April. Like I can't believe it's Easter in 2 weeks' time. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. It's funny. The month's still long, but the year feels like it's going quickly. I don't know if I'm the only person who's a bit like that. Anyways, goodness. So, guys, it's Star Wars Hour with Miss Allison today. My goodness, all the Star Wars, all the hot takes. I'm sure that's why you're all here. Can't wait. I'm sure this stream is either going to go through the roof or get me totally cancelled. That's fine. I'm down for both. Um, what else did I want to talk about? I did drop that review that I promised last week. So I did the comparison of the Topo Studios Bruce Wayne Dark Knight Rises suit. So I did a review of that. I compared it to the Kento version as well. That's up on my channel. If you want to sort of know how they stack up against each other, that's there. A lot of people don't do reviews on those sort of clothing suits and sets, and I don't pretend that I am good at reviews by any stretch. And I was watching that back going, oh, I don't even think I exported it at good enough settings. But anyway, did my best. But it had been a long time since I had attempted a review. And I think it shows. So sorry, I'll try and do better next time. But seriously, guys, I was so I logged in and there was all these comments, which just I don't know. Like I've been doing these streams for a little while, but still there's this part of me that's like, oh my God, is anyone going to turn up and comment? But I logged into StreamYard and there were so many comments, and I feel like there's a bit of competition happening for people wanting to get in before Carlos. Because on my Topo video, I think it was Uncarded Reviews was like, oh, beat Carlos to it. And today, 14 Wellington. Hiya. Well, hello. First in the comments, well done you. But not far behind is my hype man, Carlos. Good morning, Helen and chat. Happy Friday, and sending my usual greetings from a very cloudy 65-degree weather, New Jersey. It's kind of humid where the mornings are cold and the evenings are warm. Hot Toys has handed us some really good collectibles for pre-order, and the one to stand out is the Daredevil. Anyways, we'll catch the replay later, and please make sure to hit the like button. And why not subscribe? Let's make sure we're helping our dear friend Helen out. Carlos, thank you. Appreciate you. And as always, if you're not subscribed, consider it. Dropping a like, totally free. Much appreciated. But yeah, Daredevil was definitely sort of the standout announcement for me this week, obviously. And it's interesting because I'm always like, do we talk about the show? Do we not want to talk about the show? I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but I definitely have some thoughts. And it's funny because I was chatting to Carlos because I didn't know how I felt about the suit at the beginning. When I saw the promo photos, I was like, but I feel like the more I'm seeing it, it's growing on me. I think I just liked the Netflix one because it had a bit more balance between the red and the black. But I have to say, particularly the in-hand video I've seen of that suit has made me kind of appreciate that it probably has a little bit more detail to it than I thought. And that red is not like a full-on, like vibrant red. So um, that's a totally technical term, red. Feel free to use that in the sentence today. The toy collectors here, happy Friday, gang. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. Um, oh, just noticed. Congrats on the 3K subs. Thank you. Yeah, I woke up this morning and I had hit 3,000 subscribers, which incredible. So thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. I still don't pretend that I know what I'm doing with all this YouTube stuff. I'm just here to go. That's all I can say. I say very much appreciative. So if you subscribe, thank you. It really means a lot to me. As is everyone who's come here to hang out today. This is absolutely awesome. Another congrats from Benny. Congrats, Helen, for 3K. Thank you. Really appreciate it. I think at January last year, I had something like 300 subs. So to now be at like 3K is just kind of crazy to me. Randall, good morning. Thanks, Helen, for the reseller PSA. Very well done and a very important topic. Thank you. I was really taken aback at how many YouTubers are in that group. That weren't saying anything. And I mean, granted, I can't watch every YouTube stream. So if other people had said something, my apologies. But I didn't really feel like people were talking about the fact that Mr. William Wang likes to go missing and like his group was imploding. And I was like going, really? Like I can see a lot of names that I know in this group. And I just, particularly because he's Australian, I just feel like I would hate to be doing a stream and someone come into the chat and be like, hey, I bought some stuff from this guy and he's not responding and like the figure's released and I'm not getting it. So I just felt like, for better or worse, I'm going to just share what I'm observing because it did concern me and it still concerns me. I don't have faith in that seller and I have said I won't be pre-ordering anything else from him and I totally stand by that. So I just, as I said, for whoever saw it, I just wanted to put that out there and kind of know that I just try to give people that heads up because I don't want to see anybody lose money or like have damaged items that they're not getting help with. That sucks. Like collecting's meant to be a fun hobby we all enjoy and I don't think anybody needs that stress. So thank you. As I said, I try to do my bit where I can. Curtis, good morning, everyone. I hope my fellow collectors and you, Helen, are having a great morning. I had a great morning. It's now 10 o'clock at night. So as we say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening on this stream to cover all the time zones. But thank you for coming along. Lovely to see you in the chat. Oh, I got my Dark Knight Joker in this week as well as R2 and 3PO from Original Trilogy by Hot Toys. Oh, that's cool. Very jealous of everybody who's gotten their Joker because I still don't have my Joker and I don't think he's coming into a Pop Culture's next batch, which is meant to be end of April, hoping end of April. Particularly because I saw him released in Hong Kong in November. So like the gap between like Hong Kong release and Australia just seems to be getting a lot bigger. Like at some points in time, you might only be waiting 6 to 8 weeks, which is awesome, but edging towards like 5-6 months. Like I like to think I'm a pretty patient collector, but when it's getting to that time frame, I do get a little bit annoyed. I will also say just the weather here is a little bit woolly, so I apologize if there's any like connection issues or whatnot. Like if I get cut out, I will come back. I just noticed a little Wi-Fi signal on StreamYard, so I don't know if that means there was some kind of issue. But yeah, apologies because as I said, something crazy is going on outside, and I probably should be using a wired connection and not Wi-Fi, but we live on the edge. We live on the edge in Australia. Gilbert's here. Hello, everyone. What a great day with the announcement of Bloodsport. Absolutely. That was announced by Caustic Plastic a couple of hours ago. I do have slides, so we will talk about it because Hot Toys is just so up and down. Like some weeks there's a lot of releases, some weeks not much releases. and a lot of the announcements were around Star Wars Celebration. So I was really glad I saw those photos from Caustic Plastic. So I will definitely talk about that because I've got a few thoughts and opinions on that. It's either an aeroplane or like thunder. I can't really tell. Um, I'm here for the newsy news. The Broke Collector. Happy Friday. Yeah, everybody loves a bit of newsy news. Who doesn't? We're all about the newsy news. AJ's here. Greetings, friends. Hope all is well. I'm good, AJ. How are you? Thank you for coming to hang out. Valkyrie's here as well. Good evening, Helen. Always a pleasure to join your live streams. Sorry I might be in and out since it's a busy day for me. No, I totally understand. I know a lot of you guys are like at work, so hopefully I keep people entertained when they don't have meetings or things like that. Like I just kind of imagine people just have me on in the background and they might just be typing away and listening to me natter on or not. Who knows? But yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for coming by. Oh, well, did that just start randomly halfway through a sentence for anyone else as well? Oh, see, this is my concern. Was that the start of the stream or the bit just before I talked about the network connection? Because StreamYard had this little like Wi-Fi icon that just popped up for a little bit, and I was like, oh, does that mean I have a connection issue? As I said, I keep saying to myself I should get a wide internet connection for this room, and I just keep getting away with Wi-Fi. But if it's problematic, let me know, guys. As I said, the weather's a little bit crazy here, so I'm hoping it's not going to wreak too much havoc with the Wi-Fi. We'll see. Bobby Dillon, happy Friday. Tariffs got you down. Time to kit bash. Oh, Bob, it's so interesting that you talk about the tariffs because let me know what you think, because we all know Howie Claus works in mysterious ways. Donald Trump works in mysterious ways. So there's a part of me that's like, is this going to happen or is this a tactic? And if it does happen, what got me thinking was, because let's be honest, I feel like Hot Toys very focused on their own domestic market. They let Sideshow worry about everything else as far as global distribution. Because like pop culture, they get all their stuff from Sideshow. So if suddenly everything's going up and it affects sales, would Hot Toys look at not doing all the distribution through Sideshow? And I know this is probably like pie in the sky, not going to happen, Helen, but it did make me wonder, because I have often wondered, like, why does everything just go through Sideshow? Like, I get that for like North America, but like, why not have a distributor in Europe? Why not have a distributor for Asia Pacific? Like Australia's proximity to Hong Kong, like why not distribute directly to like Icon Collectibles, who's the distributor in Australia that is owned, like Pop Culture and Icon are kind of sister businesses. This is all the stuff I wonder, and then I'm like, oh god, like maybe I should just focus on the figures and not worry about the business side of collecting. But yeah, I do wonder what that means, and of course, like Kit's put out his PSA saying he doesn't really know what that's going to mean for his business. And it's sad. Like there's going to be a lot of people that we know in the community that have these businesses that could potentially be impacted. So let's see. I'm hoping it's just a tactic and a bluff, but who knows with Donnie? No one knows, mate. Miss Batwoman's here. Hi everyone. Val's passing was sad. So sad. Very, very sad. He was only 65, which I just feel like is not, like by today's standards and all that, I just don't really think that's old. So very sad. Also R.I.P. Val. So sad. He was amazing as Moses God in Prince of Egypt. Also, man, Heath's been gone too soon. Just got in the DX32 yesterday. I know. I think Heath was like a year or two older than me, and just thinking of how long he's been gone, it's just crazy. Gone like way too soon as well. Ash Chase is here. What's up, plastic crackheads? Hello, Ash. How are you? Happy Saturday for you. Can't wait to see the Topo review after this. Thank you. Appreciate it. Happy Tariffs Emancipation Day. Yeah, I love how he had like the music and the grand entrance. Like he really made a show of it in the old Rose Garden. My birthday is next month, the big 40. Now that's crazy. Well, I mean, you're younger than me, but in case I don't remember, happy birthday for a month's time. Uh, People chatting amongst themselves, that's cool. Darth Venom, good morning, fellow collectors. Well, good morning, good evening to me. Thank you for coming by. Meow Collector, greetings, Shiro. Love the channel. Meow Collector, I love that name. And also, like, if you watch the Topo review, make sure you watch the very end because a little someone named Shuri makes a little cameo. Because whenever I'm here trying to film something and I've got like little lights and stuff, Shuri thinks she's a director. I think she heard the channel got monetized and she's trying to get in. And I'm like, honey, this channel makes no money. Like, there's nothing to share. Also, I think I spend any money I make on buying you treats. So it's all yours anyway. But yeah. Meow Collector, hello. S-Beam, hello. How you doing? Nice to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Haven't chatted to you in ages. I think since Points of Articulation on Costa's channel. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday to you. Goodness. I don't know how to say that, uncarded reviews, and I don't want to mispronounce words and offend someone. I'm going to assume maybe you're wishing people a happy Friday. I don't know, but amigos, I understand. It was funny when I was in America last year. I was in Dallas, and there was this Uber driver, and she was like a young Hispanic girl, and she was asking me about Australia, as people tend to do. And for some reason, she was like, "Oh, you guys speak like English and Spanish over there," and I was like, "Oh no, we don't speak Spanish in Australia." Not a thing here. She seemed very surprised, and I was like, "Oh God, what are you people learning about our country over there? Because no Spanol here." Oh, thank you, S-Beam. Heck yeah, congrats on the 3K. Thank you, appreciate it. Valkyrie Magnus, congrats on 3K. Well deserved, my friend. AJ, what did you do? Super chat. Congrats on the 3K. Here's to many more. Thank you. That's incredibly generous. Channel member as well. So thank you, AJ. I really appreciate that. And hopefully I'll see you on Sunday for Pose and Chill if you're able to make it. Which is a channel perk for Iron Logan. And maybe one day I'll do channel perks for this channel because I don't think I offer anything, but I do only, it's like 99 cents. So I'm offering the cheapest rung, but I have wondered if I should maybe like release my videos earlier for members. Like if someone is a channel member and you want me to consider a particular perk, like either now or in the comments, like after the stream, let me know, because I have wondered like what should I offer people, because I'm not offering you anything. But many hours of streaming entertainment per month, can I say? Like 99 cents for 6 to 8 hours of streaming is a pretty good deal, if I do say so myself. I did get my Lady Pool figure this week. Awesome figure. Oh, that's cool, Ash. I actually have seen that figure in person. I was at Bob Dylan's house when his arrived, and I got to unbox it with him, and it was very cool. So that's awesome. I haven't watched it yet, but I saw Iron Logan got the new battling version of Deadpool, and he was posting some pictures of different Deadpools together, and I think that battling version looks really cool. Like I'm trying to resist buying a third Deadpool, but I think if I got one, I think it would be the battling one. I really do like the unmasked and the half mask head sculpts. I think they're really cool. Oh no, I hope you get the Joker soon, Helen. Me too, Curtis. I had really hoped that he was going to be in the March batch of figures from Pop Culture, but he was not. And now apparently it's 31st of April. And I don't know if Easter is going to maybe bump that out, but yeah, we just get waves of figures through Pop Culture. So it's kind of every maybe 2 months we'll get a batch of figures, and I had really hoped it would have been March, but it's not. Because I keep debating what to do with my my camo tumbler shelf. And I have come back to my original concept, which Joao absolutely lost his bundle over, which is having the three villains from each movie. So having Raz, the Joker, and Bane all together with the camo tumbler, kind of circling back to that as a possible idea. So it would be nice to have that new Joker. So we'll see. Yes, that means low connectivity. Thank you, S-Beam, because I feel like I have not seen that little Wi-Fi thing before. So maybe I need to just get a wide connection and stop gambling on Wi-Fi, because internet speeds in Australia are not great, fun fact. Oh, for me, it started halfway through the Val chat, just to let you know, but no issues now. Okay, well, hopefully it was just a glitch, because, like, it was crazy windy before, so I'm hoping it's settled down now, but at one stage I was like, I can't tell if that's an aeroplane or thunder, but literally, like, I'm wearing a hoodie. Like, I was sweltering in 100-degree heat last week, and today I'm wearing a hoodie because it's windy and Perth cold, not really cold by any other means, but for us, cold. So I'm just like, I could regret this life choice within a half an hour of wearing a hoodie, but I was cold. So see if it goes. Oh, 3K. Thank you, Uncarded Reviews, first person to comment on my Topo video. Appreciate that. It would be nice if this motivates Howie to create a flagship store in North America, but that won't happen unless Sideshow likes Chapter 11. Well, this is what gets me. Like, I did have this moment today where, like, as I said, we don't know what these tariffs are going to mean. And, you know, these tariffs going into America is going to affect the price of hot toys in so many other countries. So I did wonder, is this going to motivate them to look to distribute directly to other continents? Or are they just so, well, all we care about is selling in our stores, and anything that happens beyond that, we don't care. Like, it'll be really interesting to see what happens in that space. I agree, Canada goes through Sideshow, to which really sucks now. Yeah, so many people do. So this is where I'm genuinely interested to see what happens with the pricing, because, as I said, they're like, figures aren't cheap. Like, when I started collecting, figures were maybe $250, $300. I know, like, the new Daredevil figure is like, I think it's like I want to say it's $520 after 10% discount. So like maybe $560, $570 Australian. And if you're then going to add tariffs on top of that, like I literally started to think, like, if pop culture prices get impacted by the tariffs through Sideshow, I started to ask, like, am I better off starting to buy Hot Toys figures for me directly through someone like 16Kit, because he can send them direct to me from Hong Kong. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. AJ, I could talk about the tariffs for hours. It's my work anyway, currently helping my company answer these questions as we speak. Oh goodness, I can imagine that's a bit of a minefield, because, as I said, it's like, is this a negotiating tactic? Is this going to happen? Because yeah, even like Australia that has all these like deals with America, like we've been slapped with certain tariffs as well. So Donnie doesn't discriminate. You get a tariff, everybody gets a tariff. My goodness. Luminara's here. Hello, Lumi. Happy Friday. How are you? Thank you for dropping by. Rick's Figs. Hey, Helen, have you seen the Anakin's balding already? It's confirmed the artisan line is a big miss from Hot Toys. I didn't see balding. I did see Mandy's figure had some glue on the side, which I'm not going to lie is a concern. I hadn't seen any balding, so that's new to me, if that's the case. As I said, I've only seen that one post so far. I have to say, after this stream, I started to see a few people with in-hand figures, and some of them looked pretty nice to me, but it's definitely a concern that we're seeing issues with glue. And I mean, this is not what Hot Toys wants from what's meant to be their sort of premium line, but where's the balding one? I legitimately, I have not seen that for Anakin, so if that's true, that is a worry. I'm not sure how Sideshow will survive all their items are overseas imports. It's true, really. Like, that's the thing. And I know some people will say, well, you know, they're luxury items, they're not a necessity, and 100%, like, I feel very fortunate to have what I have. Um, but yeah, I mean, the prices have crept up as they are, and that's the thing. Like, even like the sideshow figures that they sell under their own brand, like I'm assuming they're still all getting made over in China. Like, I can't imagine there's someone in California making the IG-11s or whatever figure it was that they sold. So very interesting times ahead. To be honest, it just depends on the operating costs of opening another distribution center and their agreement with Sideshow. Well, this is the thing, AJ, because I kind of get the feeling that Sideshow probably has a lot of exclusivity to things. Case in point, like, no one else sells artisan figures direct. So I do wonder if Hot Toys is kind of locked in with some kind of arrangement with Sideshow, because as well, isn't it the case that Sideshow has the Star Wars license, and through their sort of relationship with Hot Toys can make what they do? I feel like that was something I heard once upon a time. If that's not true, correct me if I'm wrong. So I feel like they're so in cahoots that I can't see Sideshow allowing it. But that said, I'm going, I know Hot Toys would be very popular in Hong Kong, but there's so many people overseas in the US and America. Like, there's a lot of units that would be sold overseas, and if those numbers start dropping, surely you've got to start looking at other things. I mean, hey, Howie Claus, if you want to open a store in Australia, I would love you for it. Also, make a Koye, please, and thank you. Will you vote for a clown and you get a clown? Well, it's very true. Happy early birthday, Ash Chase. Yeah, everyone wish Ash happy birthday for next month. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. Often, hello. How are you? Happy Friday. I was just looking at your photos of Matt Murdock earlier on Instagram. How you doing? Poor Two-Face all by himself in a minefield of crotch grabbers. Oh God, someone asked me about that right as I ended the stream and I didn't see the comment. And someone was like, dude, why is like Two-Face there? And I saw that comment after I ended the stream, and there's no good reason why Two-Face is there. My display is a schmozzle at the moment. As you can see, I've got random figures around the place. And then I got a bunch of decals in. So a lot of my bigger display bases, like for the like Batman Forever figures, like all these DX stands got replaced. The Mars toys, they use the big rectangular stands, they got replaced. And this room is frankly a bit of a mess. So I just put them on top of the Batmobile box that has been there forever. Because I'm going, do I pull the boxes down to put the stands in? Do I just pack them up and put them somewhere else? I don't know. But I'm also going, I now have these redundant figures like the Two-Face 2.0, and I'm like, I don't even know that I have the patience or the will to even want to try to sell them. So I'm like, what do I do with them? I don't really know. So he's just hanging out here, just my co-host, just, flipping his coin and going about his life. But yeah, it's they have been there for a few weeks though, so it was, I guess people are too polite to have mentioned it before now. But yeah, it's I got to do something with this room because it's not in a good way. Maybe that might be my project for Easter, sorting this room out, because it makes me sad how crappy it is. But you guys can't see that, which is good. Oh, Dr. No, hey Helen, your live streams are awesome and really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate everyone who's coming to hang out. Costa, kalimera, tikanis. Always good to see Costa. I don't know if you heard my part of the stream last week where I was quoting you, Costa, but it's lovely to see you. I hope you're having a good day. Fellow collectors, please hit the like button. Absolutely, it's free. If you'd like to hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. Calvin's here as well. Hello, good morning, Helen. Everyone, congrats. Keep pushing. Hashtag 3K. Yeah, I would do my best. It's funny because every now and then I'm like, oh, I need to do more videos. But I try to not do the same topics everyone has done. And then I do things that I think will be interesting to people, like the tutorial I did on my display stands, and no one watches them. So I'm still trying to work out this whole YouTube thing. So I'll get there one day. Glad to hear. Oh no, this is conversation between other people. All good. Um, Ash is saying he needs 3 of them. I'm assuming that's the battling Deadpool, because I feel like you said that last week that you wanted 3, and it wouldn't surprise me if you get 3. Jazzy's here. Good morning. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. Hey, Miss Allison, how you doing? How are you feeling on all these exclusives? I think someone posted up so far 2025, 33% of all releases fall under that category. It's interesting, right? Because I think back to COVID times when no one wanted to PO. And how do you get people to pre-order? You make stuff exclusive. But, Miss Allison, she's very excited because she loves the troopers, and we've got a pretty trooper with a pretty kimono, and she's pretty hyped for the trooper, I'm not gonna lie. So since Australia gets their hot toys through sideshows, will the tariff to the US possibly cause Aussie retailers, consumers to have to pay more since you go through the middleman in the US? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking, and that's what I'm watching to see. And I was saying earlier that I've already just started to think in my head that if that starts happening, it probably makes more sense for me to start buying direct from someone like 16kit, because it'll come straight to me from Hong Kong without going through Sideshow. But also, none of us know the nature of the deal between Sideshow and Hot Toys, but it does make me wonder if Hot Toys sees an impact to their bottom line. Do they consider having other distributors in other continents? Because right now I feel like Hot Toys goes to their stores, goes to Sideshow, and then Sideshow takes care of everything else. So yeah, it'll be a very interesting scenario. Hearing someone in Australia say they are cold is weird to hear in Canada. Look, it's funny. Story time with Helen. I used to work, so Atco, which is a Canadian company. Atco owns the gas network in Western Australia, fun fact. I used to work for them, and it was so interesting because I don't think they realized how different Australia was, because the way gas is such an essential thing in Canada, given their winters and heavy usage and all that. And particularly in Western Australia, so many houses won't have gas or gas heating because it's all about air conditioning and keeping houses cool. So yeah, it's interesting because it wasn't even like the temperature was that low. It's just that it's so windy. So it was like the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, but it feels like 10 degrees Celsius. And I was just like, okay, I'm just going to wear a hoodie, and then if I have to turn the fan on later, I will laugh because that will just be hilarious. Anthony Stanfield's here. Hi, Helen. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Anthony. How are you doing? AJ says, and for us in the US, the duty exemption on things under $800 is formally going away on May 2nd. So in the US, we'll still have to pay if we go through Kit. It's a lose-lose here for us. Yeah, and I guess that was hence Kit's post yesterday, which is true. I can imagine there being so many customers he has in the US, and if they stop buying from him, that's going to have a big impact on the guy. And he's someone who's served our community for so long. So it's sad, and I don't think anybody wants to see, a small business owner suffer. So I'm kind of just sitting back and hoping it's not going to be too catastrophic for people like Kit. So fingers crossed. And I know for me, I'm pretty much all my third-party stuff I get from Kit. The exception is So Toys that he doesn't sell. So I, as I said, if this tariff stuff goes sideways, Kit, I'll be buying all my hot toys from you as well. I doubt Donnie knows what tariff is or what it does. Well, I don't know. Weirdly enough, Trump accepted Canada from the worldwide tariff, which is odd since he seemed to really hate us the last few months. I don't know if you saw, but he tariffed an island of penguins. Yeah, no, I've seen a few memes about the penguins. And I remember, wasn't it at a hockey game where Canadians were booing the American anthem after the first round of tariffs? Sideshow has the license. Well, that's the thing, Costa. Like I did say that earlier. Like, given isn't it that Hot Toys can make the Star Wars things because Sideshow has the license? And I've always gotten the impression that it's a pretty watertight contract between them. So I don't know that Hot Toys have much room to move. So it would be interesting to see how things go and what happens with the prices. Because they're creeping up. Like they're creeping up. They really are. Currently, I think Sideshow has exclusive rights to sell Hot Toys in North America. But I think they're also the worldwide distributor, aren't they? Because this has always been my thing. Like, I never got the impression that Hot Toys really cares about sales outside of Hong Kong. Like, they've got their stores and they push their product through their stores, and then the rest just they sell to Sideshow, and then it's Sideshow's problem. So I think the distribution is more than just North America when it comes to Sideshow and Hot Toys. You guys are nuts. I don't know who that to, but the movie canon, Morning Collectors. Hello, how you doing? Happy Friday. Often says, good, thank you. Yeah, the matte sculpt looks great on the John Wick 4 body. It really does. It really does. I just got the Two-Face 2.0. Actually, I love him. Yeah, I was never going to buy him. He's there. I picked him up in Hong Kong because he was like $100 US, which was crazy. I couldn't believe he was still... Where did I get him from? Rebel Base? Couldn't believe they still just had it in stock. Like, at that price, it was rude not to buy him. I'm not really worrying about Hot Toys, more about fuel for my car, how much that might cost me, but if Hot Toys price, I can save pretty good at that. That's fair enough. Hitting 3K is awesome to see in such a short time. Yeah, I mean, I think about 2 years, and I always think of like not many videos posted, so I think that's the impressive thing, because I do not post that many videos, really. Some channels are posting every day and every week, and I'm like every 2 months. I'm like, oh yeah, here's a video, here you go. Howdy folks, howdy Clinton Martin, how are you? Happy Friday. I liked the stands video. It's always good to find out about display stand alternatives. Thank you. I had people asking me about the stands and how I make them. Apparently that was a really small group of people, because no one's really watched that video, but I'm glad you watched it and found it useful. I feel Sideshow would send them from Hong Kong and avoid the US. Oh, really? That's interesting. I wonder if they might do that for the other countries that they distribute to. Interesting. Costa is a smart guy. It seems some people might be having hair issues with the glue on their Artisan Anakin. Could give one pause for picking up Artisan releases. Look, I saw Mandy's photos, and definitely, I know a lot of people thought maybe it was hair product, but it's glue apparently. And that does worry me. I do have an Artisan Bucky in the future. But I think I said last week, it just really gets me how we had the Imposter Joker, no reported issues. We had the WB100 Wonder Woman, which I know was not Artisan, but it was that wool implantation hair. None of these issues. So I'm not sure, did they change something? Is it something about the current conditions in Hong Kong? It's very humid there, or it can be very humid there. Is it just certain batches? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, there is a part of me that's like, seeing it with Anakin, and particularly given how delayed he was, like, that's not a good sign. And I am, I guess, hoping it's not a widespread issue, but then I saw someone in a Facebook group got their Artisan Joker through Sideshow, and the hair had issues, and Sideshow couldn't even get them a replacement sculpt, and it was a case of, you can return it or we can give you like a $40 credit. And I'm like, man, what's a $40 credit gonna do for anything? And I hope the person returned it, because if that thing's gonna fall apart, like $40 is what gonna give you postage to send that to a customizer to fix the hair. It's a concern. It's a concern that it's reached a point where you can't even get a replacement if the one you're getting has a problem. So I don't know. I hope my Bucky's not a catastrophe, and I hope they can sort out whatever this problem is. So odd to think of houses without gas for heating. Yeah, I mean, it's not, particularly because it's not required in Australia. Like, you have to have obviously electricity and water, but like natural gas is optional. Um, and a lot of new houses that get built don't have them because people are more focused on, is there air conditioning? Great. Um, but yeah, it's fun. I could talk about this all day long, but no one wants to hear about Helen and the gas network and the time she worked for that. So let's but yeah, it's not like under like floor like heated floors and stuff like that. Not a thing in Western Australia anyway. I anticipate a rise in more grey market importers and resellers. I know a guy. Just don't go through the guy I did a PSA about, please and thank you. I don't want anyone who watches me getting burnt by that dude. Seriously. President Cheeto knows nothing about anything. Tariffs have always been a terrible idea. I mean, it's his favorite word, wasn't it? Like, I was in the US in the lead up to the election, and I remember him saying it was a beautiful word. So what's that? I mean, the birthday thing wasn't being rude. Oh, I don't know what you mean, Ash, but I'm legitimate. Like, everyone should wish you a happy birthday. Um 3K in 2 years, that's really awesome. Been going for almost 4 years, and I'm only at 1,500. I think my Hong Kong videos sort of pushed my channel over the edge. Because yeah, as I say, I don't feel like I've been around for long, and just the way my channel went up last year was just crazy to me. So I feel like when I did all those videos from Hong Kong, and particularly the secret base tour, I think that drew people to me. So thank you. As I said, I don't pretend I know what I'm doing, but I'm trying. Good morning, Helen. Collecting obsession. Good morning. How are you? Goodness, like I'm not even into the newsy news. Also, at least hair-wise, Sparrow didn't have much of an issue, just hat problems. Yeah, a lot of people talking about the gigantic hat. Oh, we have an imbecile in office in the US will affect sales for many of these collectible companies. It's a luxury after all. Use older pieces will be a big market. Yeah, I mean, and that's my thing as well, Edwin. Like, I do have to remind myself sometimes, like, it's a first world problem, and this is a luxury, and even, having a room in my house with all these things is a total luxury. So, there's going to be impacts, I think, potentially for people in the US for a lot of consumer goods and potentially food and things like that, and that's obviously the much bigger concern than our collectibles costing a little bit more. May is my birthday. I know, but we can get in early, Ash. We can say happy birthday to you from now. Mike's here. Hey everyone, sorry I'm late, but work. Who needs it, right? Did I miss Ahsoka and Daredevil chat? Or more importantly, snack chat? Look, snack chat has not happened. I actually debated should I do a Tim Tam slam on the stream? Because I did one with Costa on his channel. But I'm like, should I be doing that on my stream? I don't know. But goodness, we haven't even started the newsy news. My God, 40 minutes has already gone. So this being a 2-hour stream, who can say? Who can say? But we're going to do our best because I'm a changed woman, remember? So a couple hours ago, Caustic Plastic showed off their Bloodsport figures, of course, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Caustic Plastic has had some interesting things that they've announced. Costa, it was a yummy Tim Tam Slam. 100% it was. Everybody loves a Tim Tam Slam. I've never seen a Tim Tam Slam, so I'd love to say, okay, maybe for next week. Maybe next week I'll bring some Tim Tams, and at the start of the stream I can do a Tim Tam Slam. So I saw Hot Toys fixed the hat, but only for the later batches. I contacted them to see if they would replace the old big hat for a new one. They said they wouldn't for those who got him already. It's interesting you say that, Curtis, because I found that at times with Hot Toys figures, because obviously pop culture, we're getting later batches. And I know sometimes when there's been issues with figures, it's been handy being in the later batches because at times they will fix them. And I always think of like the first Deadpool figure, and they had that issue with the way the sleeve cuff worked, and it was the way the hand was connecting in was damaging the sleeve of the suit. By the time we got that in Australia, they had resolved that issue. So first batch is quicker, but if there's problems, they're probably not going to resolve them. So that's the kind of trade-off, I guess. Tim Tams are very yummy. They sure are. That's why I can't have them in my house, because I would eat them all. Thanks for the heads up on this one, Helen. Wish more companies, e.g. Iconic, would sell the unique bodies on their own. Yeah, that's the cool thing, guys. So Caustic Plastic announced this figure in 3 SKUs, but they're also selling the body. So this is a silicone body, and what I thought was quite nifty is, and you can't really see it with this figure, but the body does actually have one, would you call it a seam or a split around the torso? So for a figure like this, you can pose him with like action kicking and whatnot, and I think it will put less strain on the body and hopefully prevent splitting. So I thought that was quite an interesting design that they have. So obviously with the different outfits that he has, Jean-Claude Van Damme, like we can't see that split. But if you go to the Caustic Plastic Facebook page, they are offering this body as a standalone item, which I think is really cool. Like, I wish companies would do that, like sell bodies, sell some spare parts, give us that opportunity. But I think it's cool. So we've got 3 versions of Bloodsport. There's a standard, there's a deluxe, and there's an exclusive. And you can order these directly from them. So this is a look at the 3 options. So with the exclusive, which is the one on the far right with the, is it black or navy blue? Who knows? My eyes are old. With that version, you get the red shirt as well. So you get sort of the full set of clothings, but then you've got the other 2 versions there. So, so this is a bit more detail onto the body. And that's what I was saying. Like, the articulation on this is pretty good. Like that, when I saw that photo of the kick, I went, okay, that's impressive. And as I said, I think having that sort of split in the torso means that there's not going to be as much strain on the body when you're using poses like this. So I think that's pretty cool. So here we've got the body. It's seamless. It's around 30 centimeters tall. 30 inches would be gigantic. And I love that base. It's very ornate with that sort of pattern there. So I really like it. I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, I think just under, around where that sash is where I think you see that split in his torso when you see the photos of the actual body on the Caustic Plastic Facebook page. And guys, this is Caustic Plastic. What are you doing to yourselves? It was funny because as I was looking through the sets of photos, there were some photos like this one in the middle. I was like, oh, this head sculpt does not look good. But it's just bad lighting, and I'll be honest, some of their photos don't look particularly in focus. But I think if you look at the 2 photos on the edge where the head sculpt is lit a lot better, I think it looks pretty good. You've got rolling eyes in the head sculpt as well. And then with the deluxe and exclusive versions, there's additional head sculpts that you get. So you're getting quite a bit in these different options that Caustic Plastic is offering. So let me just catch up. We've got some comments. Big Rib, hello. How you doing? Happy Friday. Honestly, this Jack Sparrow was my first batch ever. Sucks too that the hat was the look I wanted to display. That is annoying. And I'd say try to pick one up loose, but I feel like it's so hard to pick up loose bodies. So link to the body so you can see it. Let me... Oh. I was going to see... Let me see if I can pull it up. Because I debated putting it in the slides, but then I was like, do people really want to see a body? Maybe they do. I don't know if StreamYard's going to not like, or YouTube's going to not like this. How do I... goodness. This is me trying to remember how to do certain things, and it's hilarious. Um, can you guys see? Yeah, so you can see there's like the body seamless except for this like one split here, which, as I said, I think is gonna like reduce some of the stress if you're using posing and whatnot, doing like kick poses and stuff like that. So Caustic Plastic Facebook page, they've got more information on that, and they are selling that body as a standalone, which I think is really cool. So that's a quick look at the body, because I don't know if YouTube's going to think that's something inappropriate. So we'll err on the side of caution. This Jean-Claude Van Damme looks better than I thought it would, and the seamless body looks great. I will say I loved having the experience of modeling for the development of his body. Seriously, don't laugh. No, I believe you, Mike, for sure. 100%. Recently received Caustic Plastic Ronin Toshiro. I don't know how to say that other word. Absolutely love it. 4 magnets on the base. Glad to see other companies making different figures. Oh, interesting, Dr. No, because I was going to ask, I don't have any experience with Caustic Plastic figures, so I was quite keen to know, if you're in the chat or if you're watching the replay, do you own a Caustic Plastic figure? What is your experience with them? Quality, likeness, how is it holding up? Because I have to say, as I said, the photos that are lit well look really nice. Like that picture in the middle is not doing any justice for their product, and I think they probably need to be a little more selective with the photos they included, because when I did see photos like that middle one, I was like, oh my goodness, this does not look great. But then the other ones that are lit nicely, I was like, oh no, like this is really cool. Meanwhile, I can't help laughing at my comment. We're laughing with you, not at you. Is that what we say? Tijuana Mike, happy Friday, collectors. Happy Friday to you. I hope you're doing well. Can't wait to see all three together in hand. Who will get all three? Well, I mean, I don't know, because as I said, like if you get the exclusive set, I'm pretty sure you get all the looks. So I'm not sure if people will be getting multiples. If we have prices, we'll be able to tell you guys the prices. So don't worry, I did some homework. I'm going to the Kumate to make my father proud. Is that all? I'm guessing that's a line from the movie. I saw this movie so long ago. I have not watched it recently, but I have an older brother. He was into all the Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jean-Claude Van Damme. So young Helen has seen all these things, but older Helen has not really seen them. So sorry. The first figure is amazing with the seamless body. Oh, that's cool. This is how Bane should have been, totally seamless down to the pelvis, so we could display him without any vest. Sadly, they stopped at the abdomen. Oh, well, that's true. That could have potentially been quite good for Bane. And I know what look you're thinking of, Bobby, as well. Maybe next time. Hope they make Chun-Li with the final battle mat with blood on the mat and Kumite's sword and holder for the sword. I guess if this sells well. Quan Harper's here. Happy Friday, Helen and chat. I'm at work, so I'll be silently observing today. All good. Thank you for coming to hang out. Oh, Costa says, I have Inspector Clouseau by Caustic, and I love it. Oh, cool. That's good to know. Because I feel like they're really, like the announcements they've made lately, they're really kind of making a play to be in that more sort of premium arts and line, which I think is really cool. And I think the license they picked, like Conan the Barbarian, I think there's a lot of nice nostalgia around it. So I hope they do well with them. This Frank figure looks more authentic than the guy Jean-Claude Van Damme played in the movie. Fair enough. A company called Fresh Monkey Fiction just announced they are shutting down their next line of figures due to being unable to survive the new tariffs. Oh, really? I'm not familiar with this company, so I don't know. Are they 6 scale? Have they done a lot of products? I'm not entirely. As I say, I do not know. I do not know who they are. Apologies. Collection obsession. I have the Caustic Plastic Deluxe Bella. Oh God. Goosey, sorry, that's probably wrong, Dracula figure, and it's awesome. Can't wait to have their Frankenstein figure in hand. Oh, seems like people who have the caustic plastic are liking it, so that's very cool. Caustic Universal Monster from Frankenstein looks really nice. Yeah, I mean, as I said, some of the photos look good. Like, some of them don't look so good, but as I said, I don't have any of their figures in hand, so it's nice to hear from people that do, because it sounds like they're all pretty happy with their figures. So this is a bit of a look at the head sculpt. As I said, you've got separate rolling eyes, which I think is a really nice touch. And it's funny because I think angles can make a bit of a difference sometimes, but if I go back, I definitely feel like I like the likeness on those two far photos. Obviously not that one in the middle, but anyway, I'll stop banging on about that. So I've got separate rolling eyeballs, which is great. And so what I thought I'd do is I'd give you guys a bit of a rundown on the different SKUs, and I've got the price, which I have converted for people. Let me just quickly check comments. Caustic Plastic Ronin is my first figure from them, and the general quality is excellent. The basin figure is not heavy at all, and the magnets work well. So also got a t-shirt as a bonus. Yeah, I saw with this they had a pre-order bonus as well, that you could get a t-shirt as well if you got this figure, which is always a nice touch, I think. They mainly do smaller figures, but they said they'd need to charge more than they're comfortable charging to survive tariffs, and since they don't think their products are worth the new price, they are stepping back from the market for now. Okay, so that's Fresh Monkey Fiction. Interesting. As I said, I had not heard of them, but it's true, like for smaller figures and things, I think there's a certain price point that people expect. So if those prices are going to almost double, that's probably going to put a lot of people out of the market for wanting them. I'm excited for Caustic to announce Conan. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are. I think the Arnie fans are going to be so happy with all the different, we've got the new Terminators, we've got Mr. Freeze, we've got Conan, lots of cool stuff. I'm going to quickly have a water break because we've been going for almost an hour. I can't believe it. Haven't even gotten to Star Wars hours with Miss Allison. So water break, and then I'm going to tell you about the different SKUs. Okay, so 3 versions of this product. So this is the standard edition. I've written down the prices, hence I'm reading so I can give you the right information. This is €340, which converts to 373 US or 602 Australian dollars. Yay, Aussie dollar. Why can't you get better? And with this, you get a head with the moving eyes. You get medical grade silicone body. You get 10 interchangeable hands, 2 pairs of feet. You get the black trunks, the yellow belt, 1 karate gi belt, luxury diorama with crotch support, and a luxury box, because who doesn't want a luxury box? But yeah, I think this looks really cool. So that's the standard edition. Then we go into the deluxe edition. So this one costs €440, which converts to 483 US or 779 Australian. So with this one, you get 2 head sculpts. So in addition to the standard head sculpt, you get the wounded head sculpt, which is on the bottom right of the screen. You get the medical grade silicone body, the hands, the feet, the trunks, everything else. But you also get the red jacket, and you get the black trousers. So you get the option. You can have him in the trunks, or you can have him in the full gi outfit. The box, the luxury stand. I really do think that stand looks nice, I have to say. And then for the exclusive edition, this one is €480, which converts to $527 US and 850 Australian. So you get 2 additional head sculpts. So you get the wounded head that comes with the deluxe, as well as the screaming head, which is exclusive to this product. You get all the other things, but you get it is blue, it's not black. So you get the blue jacket, as well as the red outfit and the black pants so you get the whole kit and caboodle with this, so you can have all 3 looks, which is cool. I like the way they've done that. I think it's pretty simple. You can have your standard edition, or you can get some bells and whistles with it if you like. So I think it's a nice way to do it personally. Crom. Don't know what that means. This is this is the body Iconic Studio needs. They have Ken and Ryu. Very limited movement below hips. Well, it's interesting because people in the comments of the plastic face post were trying to question if it was Fison, and they're like, no, this is not a Fison body. This is like our own thing. We have nothing to do with Fison. As I said, I think the way they've done it with that split it's an interesting way of doing it, because that is a common issue that we see with some of these seamless bodies, is that they can tear. And if that helps alleviate the problem, and given, you know, the outfit conceals it, then I think why not? That's my only criticism of this figure personally, is that the screaming head isn't quite right, but points are trying. Yeah, I mean, I also, as I said, some of these photos were not lit in the best way, so it will be interesting to see, I don't know, later on if they bring out more photos, if there's more videos, if we start to see reviews. Like, I don't know if Caustic Plastic is do they only make what gets pre-ordered? Do they do a set number? I'm not quite familiar with how they all in the department and whether there's a chance to pick it up after it's been released. But that was my biggest thing. Some of these photos were not lit well, and I thought looked a little bit out of focus. So not great. Not a great endorsement. But as I said, I thought this looked good, and I thought I liked the different SKUs that they offered, the different looks you can have. So no, I think it'll be interesting. I think, as I said, I think Jean-Claude Van Damme's that kind of actor that you can be someone that's not typically into action figures or into this kind of stuff, but you know, you love an action hero, and he's your guy. So I think you know, people making figures of him, Arnie, Sylvester Stallone, I think it's quite clever. Moving on, guys and girls. Move over Porcelain Trooper, because we've got Cherry Blossom Trooper. And this is where I'm going to use Costa's words from last week to say, this is a good exclusive, because if you don't have it, it's not going to leave a gap in your collection. I'm genuinely keen to know, my Star Wars collectors in the chat, do you love Cherry Blossom Troopers? Because I look at that trooper in the kimono, and I'm like, are they having a sleepover? Will they be plaiting each other's hair? Will they be having midnight snacks together? Because it looks like they're having a sleepover to me with this kimono. So I do wonder, do people want the beautiful Cherry Blossom Stormtrooper? And I get it, like, Star Wars Celebration, it's in Japan, it's cherry blossom season right now, very clever, and if you're going to this event, it's probably a very cool memento that you can have. But I did laugh, because I was like, oh my god, the kimono, he literally just looks like he's rolled out of bed and he's going to get like a glass of orange juice or something. Like, it is hilarious to me. Like, why does a Stormtrooper need a kimono? The thing I love though is, if you look at that photo on the left, I think the kimono has wires. Like, you can pose the kimono, which is impressive, Hot Toys. Well played, Howie Claus. You've made a kimono with wires in it, which I think is hilarious to me. Oh my god, Costa, I want this trooper so much. Wow. This is where I'd say every pot has a lid. Every pot has a lid. I just want the bathrobe. Life size or 6 scale? Happy ending, right? Like, all I can think of is, I literally was like, is this the morning after trooper? Is this the, like, it just cracks me up. It's like you see the reports on the news, like in Australia, like Ash will back me up here, where it'll be like, there was an intruder in the middle of the night, and the guy's gone out on the street in his box, chased down the guy, and he's caught the guy, and he's kept him there till the police has come. all this time just in his jocks, which are your underwear. And that's what I think of. Quickly grab the Mrs. Kimono. I've run down the street. I've grabbed him. I've pinned him down till the coppers got here. And now he's going to jail. That's literally what I think when I see this kimono. Tell Miss Allison I'm sorry, but I'm with you on this one, Helen. It's a pass from me. Well, Miss Allison's like, do we know anyone going to Celebration? Can they get this for me? And I'm like, make your own damn friends. I'm not asking anybody for this. Do not involve me in the pursuit of Sleepover Trooper. I want nothing to do with it. Definitely makes a pretty cool souvenir if you make it out to Japan. I agree. And you know what I really liked? I loved this backdrop. I thought it was really cool that they've given this a specific backdrop where you've got Japan 2025 Star Wars Celebration. So I think it really does make it a cool memento from the event. So I do like when you, maybe not the kimono, but when you package this up holistically with that backdrop, I do think it makes for a really cool and different event souvenir. So I do like this backdrop that they've given it. I really think it's quite clever. Helen, we need to address the elephant in this room. Why is Harvey Dent not allowed inside the display cabinet? Oh, I answered that, Uncarded. I think that was your comment last week, Uncarded Reviews. I did say that I ended the stream and I saw the comment about why is Harvey Dent just on his own. Long story short, because this room is a mess and this cabinet is a mess because I now have all these jokers and duplicates and I've been debating whether I just put him away or do I sell him? I'm like, do I want to go through the pain of trying to sell it? Like, I don't know. So he's just hanging out there at the moment with a bunch of display bases that I need to either pack away or do something with. Because I was not going to get the 2.0, but then I did. And I just feel like trying to sell the original, even though it's in great condition, I've got all the pieces for it. I've got the little coin. I've got the Harvey Dent pin. I just feel like it's going to be more trouble than it's worth. And I really don't enjoy the experience of trying to sell figures. So, even I've now got the 2 grey suit Bruce Waynes. I've got the Armory Bruce Wayne. I've got so many things where I'm like, so many jokers, like my DX11 and DX1 aren't even in this display anymore. I'm like, do I keep them as like a history thing? Do I try to move them on? Like, what am I even going to get for them? I don't know. But that's why Harvey's there, because Helen just is not maintaining her collection room in a good standard is the reason. Anthony says, I work for a Japanese company and we have open kimono meetings where you basically put everything on the table. Goodness. Kimonos at work. I'm not going to lie, I want that kimono for my Deadpool figure. See, that would be hilarious. I think a kimono would definitely suit Deadpool. Deadpool. It should come with a life-size kimono. It should. They should have done that. Like, Hot Toys, should have done that. That would have been cool. I'm all for Hot Toys doing more clothing merch and stuff like that. Like, when I was over in Hong Kong, I really wish they had more stuff, but they had all these random pillows and things like that. Like, do the life-size kimono. That would be cool. Helen 1/6 robe. Not for Helen, but think about it. That would be cool for your Deadpool, Ash. That would be very cool. I would put this on Deadpool. Yeah, I think that is the most appropriate use of this kimono. So if you're going to Star Wars Celebration Japan and you want this and you don't want your kimono, I think what I'm hearing is there's an aftermarket for the 6-scale kimono. I think all the Deadpool fans will buy that kimono off you if you decide that you don't want it. They finally gave us a life-size bag for Grogu. Jesus, the Grogu. The bag for Grogu, I cannot. I seriously cannot. This freaking bag. I'm the same. I have loads of figures in boxes and can't be bothered to sell them. I really can't, Dr. No. I feel like the few things I've sold lately, it's been figures that I knew would sell, but also I knew I had collector friends that had said to me, hey, if you ever do decide to let that go, can you let me know? So things like I had the Days of Future Past Wolverine, and I'd said to Iron Logan ages ago that like, I was thinking of selling it, and he's like, if you do, can you please, like, give me first dibs? So when I finally did decide to sell it, I, like, was like, hey, like, it's time to go. And he was here, like, next day, grabbed it, all good. So I feel like if I don't have a scenario like that, like having to list on Marketplace and deal with the tire kickers and the people who don't turn up and the 5,000 questions, I feel like I'm too old for all that. And even, like, what do you even get for a Harvey Dent, like, 1.0 now? Like, once upon a time was a grail, but now I'm going, like, what do I even get for him? Like, $100? Like, it doesn't even feel worth it to me, to be honest. So this is everything you get with Sleepover Cherry Blossom Stormtrooper. Can I just say as well, like, this pose they've got with the head stuck out looks so goofy. It just looks like the head is like, it looks like Darth Helmet again, the Darth Helmet again. It looks ridiculous. So you get the Stormtrooper. He's got a specifically designed cherry blossom pattern. You've got the additional kimono jacket. And then you've got the backdrop. And as I said, I really like that backdrop. I think it's really cool that they make this like a nice souvenir from your event if you're going to Star Wars Celebration. So I do think that's cool. I do think that's a nice way to do it. Ash says, Bobby, if you don't want your 6-scale bathrobe, I will happily buy it off you. I'm sure a lot of people would buy it. Sorry, I have an off-topic question. Rather than sell figures online, is selling to a comic shop, for example, the same, or would they give you less? Look, I don't really have... There's not really many shops here that I could sell it to. Sadly, I think because of the price of Hot Toys in Australia, I'm just finding that less and less places actually stock them. A lot of the times they'll get it for you if you pre-order it. I have debated like going to like a toy fair. Like we do have toy fairs where collectors just you buy a table and you're there for like half a day and you can just sell to other collectors. I've done that in the past, particularly when I had like back in the day when I had like some Funko Pops and stuff. But I feel like those collector fairs, again, it's people wanting like smaller, cheaper things. So I mean, I don't know. Like maybe I need to look into that because I just feel like all the shops that I kind of know don't really tend to do Hot Toys, or one I know that does Hot Toys actually. Now I'm thinking about it. One I know does sell used Hot Toys and the prices are exorbitant. But maybe I need to have a scour around and maybe I do need to contact a couple of collectible stores because maybe just the ease of the transaction makes it, as I said, like a Harvey Dent 1.0. Like I'm not sitting here, I'm, gonna make bank on that. Like I know whatever I get's a bonus, and I've also enjoyed him for a number of years. So I think I can go, well, I paid what I paid. I've had in my collection for, God, I don't know, 10 years. If I get something for him, and again, I bought the new one for 100. So I feel like even if I got $100 for the old one, it's almost like I got the new one for free upgrade. Ramstein fans here, howdy, hello, how are you? Happy Friday. I'll check the replay. Fair enough. Well, thank you for coming by to say hello. I appreciate it. So we've got uncarded reviews. Helen, I have an idea. Perhaps you can have raffles or giveaways for your old figures. I know I'd be excited to give those vintage figures a new home. Oh, really? I don't know. Are people really into that? Like, would people really want like... I mean, my stuff's all in good condition. Because even I have like the like I've got like the So Toys Hero Lawyer 1.0, but it's no longer complete. And even with that, I was like, what would I even get for that? Do I even bother? And then I was like, do I keep it for like a Daredevil display? I don't know. Do I use them for spare parts? I debate. But I also worry about Australia Post because when I tried to send something to Cousin Anthony, it technically got lost and then miraculously got found, and it took 3 months. So when I sell, I actually do prefer to do it in person because it's like you can look at the item, inspect the item, I get paid in cash, we both walk away happy, whereas postage and stuff, makes me a bit nervous. But yeah, I don't know. Giveaway? Really? Would people be interested in a Too Faced 1.0 if I did that as like a channel giveaway? Like seriously, maybe that's what I should do with it. Maybe I should do it as a channel giveaway. If people are interested, let me know. So let's move on from Sleepover Stormtrooper. Now we have Scarecrow Darth Maul. The Darth Maul you never knew you needed. So this is a concept art Darth Maul, again, an exclusive, which I'm pretty sure is for Star Wars Celebration. And again, I'm going to reiterate the wise words of Costa. Like, I think it's good that the majority of the figures they are doing for this event are a little bit different like this. And if you don't have them in your main Star Wars collection, you're probably not going to be feeling too sad about that. So I do think it's a nice approach to take. I totally do get Scarecrow vibes from Batman Begins from this jacket thing. It's very interesting. Do I know a lot about Darth Maul? Not really. Of course I don't. If you don't know that, you're new here. What I did think was interesting is this head sculpt. Because what's with the fingers? Those horns or whatever they are, they look like fingers sticking out of his head. That looks creepy. And I know is it horns that he ended up having? But these finger things are freaking creepy. Also, probably very prone to breaking. So I know that there's people out there, bless you mean well. Oh, I let my kids handle my hot toys, and my kids know that they're my special collectibles and to be gentle. Your kids are snapping one of these things off the head. Please be careful if you're getting this and you have children that you let handle your expensive collectibles, because that's going to end in tears. Onion Maul. Yeah, he's Scarecrow Maul to me, seriously. Oh, channel giveaways and the winner pays for postage, or you can donate the figure back to the channel for the next giveaway. Oh, okay, maybe. That might work. I'm not feeling this more either. Sorry, Alison, we're now 2 for 2. You have to apply butcher's twine around the head to ensure it cooks properly. Oh, snap. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. But seriously, this head sculpt, I'm like going, I'm glad that was a concept and not what they ended up going with, because it seriously looks like there's just a hand behind his head. And it looks totally creepy to me, guys, seriously. But here he is. He's got his pretty lightsaber and he's got his Scarecrow jacket. I don't even really know how this outfit, aside from the jacket, differs to a normal Maul figure, because I don't do the Star Wars, and should I have looked at a standard Maul figure to be able to talk about this? Probably. Probably I should have, but did I? I didn't. No, I didn't, because I was too busy thinking about Sleepover Stormtrooper to worry about Darth Maul, so it is what it is. I actually like the suit, just the horns, yeah, I would put another head sculpt on it. And I guess that's the benefit, right? Like, if you liked this suit as a concept, you could put another Darth Maul head sculpt on it, because I just don't like those finger things. It just looks wrong. It looks very wrong. The head looks odd since we're used to seeing the OG Maul. His head just isn't as, well, I don't want to say horny, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I agree. But as I say, my concern would be, like, those things breaking. Like, if the figure gets dropped, if it gets mishandled, like when I see bits like that, I do get worried about things breaking. Or Beetroot Maul. Maybe, because I feel like, are the other Mauls a bit more of a vibrant red? I mean, I could be wrong with that, because what do I know about the Star Wars? Boston Collectors Kit Bash his own version, and it looks way better. Oh, that is a cool YouTube channel as well, by the way. Boston Collectors, they do some cool stuff. Cousin Anthony's here. Hi, nicest cousin, driving home from work listening to Hot Toys. Banter by cousin, good times. Whoa, I mean, lovely to have you listening along. I hope your day's going well. Um, I was once again telling people about the Australia Post dramas because I was talking about selling figures, and someone suggested a raffle, and I was saying how I don't know that I trust Australia Post because I don't. I'm very scarred. Um, it looks exactly like the concept art. So, really? Okay, that's interesting. Because you would know, Costa. I don't know. I don't know anything about the Star Wars and the concept art. Um, okay, interesting. There you go. Unfortunately, I've accumulated a nice collection of Darth Maul head sculpts, including the Kabuki Theatre Maul. I must have this one. Well, I mean, if he's your guy and you've got to have them all, then have them all. I mean, if there was more Captain Marvels, I would have them all, but Claus doesn't always love me and want me to be happy, because where's the artisan Carol Danvers that was rumoured? Howie? Any time now. Carol and Okoye, please and thank you. You know, maybe when you stop making things for Star Wars Celebration, you can fill in some gaps for your old friend Helen. And what was interesting was with this figure, they didn't post the typical, like, collage photo of here's the figure and here's what you get and blah, blah, blah. Which was odd. So I'm kind of wondering if this picture just shows everything that you're getting. Like, is this all you're getting? Like, a display base, a lightsaber. I'm assuming there's got to be more hands than this, but it's not typical for Hot Toys to not post those collages where you see everything that you're getting. So, but not sure. So what is everything you're getting? I'm not quite sure, but the base does look kind of interesting, and I'm assuming there'll be more hands. Whether you get anything more than that, I don't know. I'm not Howie Claus. I'd put a Screaming Maul head sculpt on this and use the eyes out of the head sculpt to make a custom Darth Side Artisan Anakin. It's fair enough. Daylight savings, so I'm an hour earlier now. You could do a raffle as long as Hero Neil is involved. I know Neil is the absolute of a past. But I do wonder, because the things I'd be raffling are like older things. I'm like, does anybody really want like a DX1 Joker? I don't know. Because I look at that thing now and go, goodness, how far we've come. And even my DX11 now, I'm like, given I'm getting the DX, is it 32, the new sculpted Joker? I don't even know if I've got room for the DX11 anymore. I have all these purple coat Jokers, and I'm just like, as I said, do I keep them to have that kind of, I guess, chronology of the evolution of Joker and Hot Toys versions, or do I just free up some space and let them go? I don't know. Honestly, if you use Hot Toys logic, Star Wars Celebration would be the perfect time to announce an Artisan Carol. I wish. Now would be the perfect time to announce a Okoye, Howie. Please and thank you. Her outfit has red. Maul is red. Like, what more incentive do you need? How do you all just noticing concept art Maul should have a much longer neck, it seems? Hello, JB. I am the last person on earth who would know. So, if there's anybody who knows, maybe let JB know, because I'm not sure. Is Elbowgate happening again with the new Ahsoka? I don't know, Luminara, but I did see that poor Mandy, who's seems to be having a really bad run with her figures lately. I thought her Ahsoka had an issue with the head, and the glue kind of putting the headpiece onto the sculpt was like a problem. So I was just like, what is going on with Hot Toys and the glue? Like, I saw that picture and I was like, checking the date, because I was like, is this April Fool's, or has poor Mandy had a second disastrous Star Wars Hot Toys release? But I worry with seamless arms, and I know other Ahsokas have had issues. I know Wonder Woman figures have had issues. Like, I've got Shuri and Valkyrie, and I just don't even touch their arms for that reason. I just worry too much that they're going to break. Um, I like to display my old versions with the new counterparts to see how one six figures have evolved. Yeah, I mean, I like that idea too, but my little Joker shelf there is very full. So, and I kind of love it at the moment because I've got like one of each of the different looks for Heath. One day I'll work out what to do with it. Allison would know. Allison would know because Miss Allison knows all the Star Wars things and stuff. Star Wars, Star Trek, Stargate. She's your girl. Miss Allison's got you covered. Okoye, right? I just feel like I need to be like that guy who kept poaching the picture of Cyborg, and in paint he'd written please, and every time Hot Toys posted, they would post Cyborg, and then they got Cyborg. Like, do I need to do that with Okoye? Because I feel like I will do that. If that gets me an Okoye, I can do that. I can just, or like when, question mark. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe I just need to go on this campaign where I just respond to every single Hot Toys post with Okoye. I really want Okoye. So guys, concept art Darth Maul, another Star Wars Celebration exclusive if you so desire. Now, to round out our announcements for the week, this guy, very, very hyped for him. So I don't think this is a show spoiler. I think we were all waiting. When is this going to be announced? And in my mind, it's like, well, surely when Daredevil is born again and we're starting to see this suit in the show, that's when we will see the figure announced. So I'm really glad that Hot Toys didn't skip a beat. We saw the return of the suit. They were pretty quick to announce the figure. And that's how I like it. I think that's a great way to do it. Like, timing it up like that was fantastic. So Howie Claus, well done. You do get a round of applause from me. I'm very happy about this. And as I said, like, when I first saw these photos, the suit looked very red and bright to me. But as I've seen more footage, and particularly video footage, I have noticed that there is a bit more detail and texture to the suit and a bit of like black shading. So I don't think it's as, because I think of like the comic suit that everybody wants, which is a very vibrant red. And that was my concern when I first saw these photos. I was like, oh, is this evolving into that? Because I know some people are obsessed with having the DD on the suit. Honestly, I mean, I get it. If you're a comic person, that's important to you. It doesn't particularly concern me having the DD on there. But I do really like how this looks. Peter Pool all be right. Honestly, Uncarded Reviews, I'm surprised they haven't done Peter Pool. The way they're all in on that movie. But I mean, I think I've said this in previous weeks, like, where's Gambit and Elektra? They're really waiting before announcing them. Like, surely they're doing those two. I can't, like, how are you not doing Gambit? Batman Collectibles, good morning, sorry I'm late. House struck by lightning during massive storms and I've been fighting insurance all day. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that. House struck by lightning, far out. I hope there's not too much damage, far out. Well, I'm glad you're safe, and I think that's the biggest thing. You're safe. Everything else is hopefully replaceable, but goodness, hope things get better. I hope you get things sorted out with your insurance. That sounds like a lot. Totally become the Mark 46 guy when we need to have an army of people doing it so they can't ignore us. I think that's what you do. I think you just need to be that dedicated person that every single time they post, every single thing, you're like in there. Bang, bang, bang. Maybe that's what I need to do. I'm really loving the Daredevil series. Really great so far. Yeah, I have been enjoying it too, I have to say. So first of all, I'm loving the show. I'm still on the fence with the figure though. I'm not loving the red and black on this for some reason. It's funny, I still prefer the Netflix design. but that figure, like, I know the proportions on that. Like, it's a very, like, small and skinny figure. Um, I do, at this stage, I have to say, I do still prefer that Netflix design. Um, as I said, this is slowly growing on me, but I'm still not at a, I'm definitely pre-ordering it. This is like a, maybe, we'll see. I knew someone was going to make that comment, Mike. I knew someone was going to make that comment. But yeah, look, Daredevil Born Again, really excited for this. We got to look at the Matt Murdock head sculpt, which I do think is a little bit different to the She-Hulk version. I think particularly the hair. I've been trying to compare the two. I don't have the She-Hulk version as much as I do now want to buy it. But I feel like the hair is a little bit different with this one. So look, I like the look of the sculpt. I'm pretty sure most people are probably not going to use the sculpt with this. If it was me, I'd be using the sculpt to upgrade my So Toys Hero Lawyer, because my goodness, the sculpt on that 2.0 was not good. But I'm liking the look of it. You got the glasses, of course. And as I said, I've just popped these in there to give us a look at the head sculpt from some different angles. I think it looks nice. And then we've got some different looks at the suit. And as I said, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm noticing some of the detail in it. And it's probably not as bright in your face red as I had first thought, because particularly that teaser image that Hot Toys had posted a while ago, it was very full on with the red. So this is a nice look at it. As I said, you can see there's quite a bit of texture and detail to the suit. He comes with his billy clubs. You've also got a version of the clubs that comes with the wire, which is cool. You could probably do something interesting with that. Yeah, I'm liking the look of it. It's got swap out faceplates, which is cool. I did think it was hilarious that someone complained that the Matt Murdock head sculpt didn't have rolling eyes, because they were like, well, blind people like still move their eyes, and I was like, oh goodness. Given he's always wearing glasses though, like, come on guys. We don't always need the rolling eyes in some cases. People are pissed because it doesn't have moving eyes. I'm not kidding. I just literally said that, Ash. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, people were annoyed that this matte head sculpt doesn't have moving eyes. And maybe it's just me, but I can't think of scenes in the show where I'm noticing Matt's eyes like darting around and moving. Like, I think the photo you've got here on the left with him wearing the glasses, I think that's a pretty standard Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock. But yeah, it was hilarious. People were like, blind people still move their eyes. Why does he not have rolling eyeballs? I was like, oh my God, really? That's what you're concerned about? Yeah, he is blind. Fun fact. But yeah, I think the only thing, and I think this is probably unavoidable with a suit like this, is when you do look at like that middle photo and then the photo on the right, you can see, a bit of like creasing in the suit as you move the legs. It's something that's unavoidable. I think it's just one of those pose at your own risk scenarios with a suit like this. Hopefully it's a good fabric choice that will be quite durable to a bit of posing. But we don't know. And I mean, if you've got that original Netflix Daredevil, like, how's it holding up? 2 ticks. Sorry, just had a tickle in my throat unexpectedly. This is the perfect figure for that dead stare, right? But people want rolling eyeballs. It's, collectors are never happy. Hot Toys made a very flattering head sculpt. Looks like an idealized version of Charlie Cox. I don't know how idealized it is. I got to meet Charlie last year at a convention. He was a cool dude. But yeah, as I said, hopefully the material choice will be something that holds up and is forgiving. And as I was saying, if you have the Netflix version, how is it holding up? I can't think of any reports I've heard of that suit being problematic or having any sort of damage or um, flaking or anything like that. So hopefully that's holding up okay, and hopefully this one will hold up okay too. As I said, I feel like if I could only get one, I would more want the She-Hulk one to go with Jen, because I really regret not getting that with Pop Culture when it was in stock. That was just silly Helen. AJ says my Netflix Daredevil looks fine. I can grab a more recent picture soon if needed. He's just kind of hard to pose. Yeah. And it's a bit of a sort of smaller body. Like I think with the She-Hulk one and with this one, I think we can definitely see the proportions are a bit better with it. So I think that's good. I think you're right, Helen. I just might be harking back to that Netflix look. I really liked that Netflix suit, and that's my biggest thing. Like if they 2.0'd that Netflix suit and gave it this sort of slightly bigger body with better proportions, I think I would have pre-ordered it by now. But there's just, I don't know, this one just doesn't have the same pull for me. I don't know if it's just because how long, like, I was seeing the Netflix one on TV. I'm not entirely sure. I've just realised Shuri has not paid us a visit. Hope she's okay. I have the She-Hulk one. Oh, I'm jealous. It's on me, though, because, like, when I got She-Hulk, Daredevil was in stock at Pop Culture. I just never thought I was going to get it because I thought I would display She-Hulk with a bunch of other female superheroes, but given my space at the moment, I'm like, I don't know that I'm going to do that. And then when I thought to get Matt, he was sold out at Pop Culture and sold out most places. So I'm patient though. I'm hoping if I wait long enough, he'll just pop up for me. She-Hulk off my ears. Don't be like that, Mike. Don't be like that. She-Hulk was great. I mean, if you look at the actor, he has a slightly receding hairline and a more angular shaped jaw. The artist really made his head sculpt more attractive than the actor is in real life. Oh, goodness. Charlie's a good looking chap. He also has a lovely British accent, which, yeah, well, that's enough about me talking about Charlie Cox. I want this too, but I'm working on my Deadpool line first. Yeah, that's fair enough, Ash. You've got a big commitment with that Deadpool line, particularly if you're going to buy 2 and 3 of things. I think because I've got the spare hero lawyer and So-So's doing that reissue of the Blind Vigilante, I kind of had this view in my head because I've got a couple of details of having a display with the hero lawyer, the Blind Vigilante, and then like the suited Daredevil in the middle. But I don't know. And then people are sharing photos of the season 2 look, which is very different again. So I don't know. I feel very torn about what to do, but I also got at the same time, you know what? This will be up for pre-order for a while. I don't need to rush into a decision. I'll wait and see how I feel about things. Anyone else worried about the length of the wire between the billy clubs? Not sure if that's going to be a problem. Well, I think it's separate billy clubs that have them. So is that the next slide I have? Yes, it is. So I think you have the standard billy clubs that you can put in his leg holster. And then I think the billy clubs with the wire are like a separate accessory, which is I think the way to do it. I know I won't deal with wire, probably not. You could potentially do some interesting poses with it. If you had one of the, like So-So Toys Kingpin figures, you could do something quite interesting with that version of the billy clubs with the wire. But I mean, I think you're getting some nice accessories here. Like, I like that they give you the Daredevil helmet with the broken horn, and they give you a little stand to display it on, which is nice. I feel like Hot Toys typically doesn't give you a little stand like that for just a little mask like that. Like Bane and Catwoman, they have like the broken Batman mask. Like, you're not getting a little display stand to prop that up with. So I kind of like that you're getting that. I'm sure someone will complain that you don't then get the broken bit of horn for Matt to hold in his hand and play with like he does during the show. But look, you're getting the head sculpt, you're getting the glasses, you got a couple of swappable mouth plates for the masked head sculpt, um, display base, hands, the different kind of billy clubs. I think there's a lot to like about this. I think there is a lot to like about this one. As I said, I'm trying to decide if this is the suited Deadpool. Why do I keep going to say Deadpool? Daredevil that I want or not. I'm not entirely sure. Blurred Dad Life. Hi, Helen. Hope all is well. RIP Val Kilmer. Oh, I know Blurred Dad Life. It was so sad. I mentioned that at the top of the stream. But I am well. I hope you are well too. Thank you for dropping by to say hello. Um, I did find it interesting, and I guess this is the nature of collectors, but like that Batman Forever Batman figure had sat on discount at Pop Culture for the longest time. For the longest time. And now we're suddenly sold out. Anyways, I agree that having two versions is the way to go. It just looks like a lot of wire to pose, and I struggle with capes. I just leave them in the box. Yeah, capes do take a bit of work to get looking good, I have to say. I don't pretend that I'm particularly good at it. I got you saying Deadpool, my bad. No, I don't know what. I keep getting tongue-tied between the two. Guys, rounding out Star Wars Hour with Miss Allison, our one Hot Toys release for this week, Ahsoka, from the show Ahsoka. What do I know about Ahsoka? She's played by Rosario Dawson. And Iron Logan once told me she was a Jedi Ninja warrior in his failed attempt to get me to watch this show. So Ahsoka was released this week. I know Lumi had asked the question about the arms. I don't know if they're seamless. That would make me worry. And as I said, I did see a photo where someone's figure, like the white sort of headpiece, had come unglued from the sculpt. Unfortunate. But hopefully something easy to fix, but you shouldn't have to fix it. If you've just got it, like, you shouldn't have to fix it. Like, if that happened years down the line, I'd go, okay, it's many years old. But for a newly released figure, like, that is definitely a concern. So your Ahsoka comes with a couple of different head sculpts. So you've got this one, which is a more neutral head sculpt. And then this one, which is a bit more of an angry fighting head sculpt, which I think it's cool. It's nice. Nice when you do get a couple of head sculpt options. I like how Ahsoka looks. The yelling face looks kind of weird. I mean, I haven't seen the show, or I feel like when I've seen Rosario Dawson, it was in like the Netflix series. So I don't know that she was ever really making this face. So I kind of don't have a reference point for it. That's no good. I'm assuming you mean about the headpiece coming unglued. I totally agree. Yes, good news for Allison. This Ahsoka looks fantastic. Can't wait to get her in. Yeah, I mean, I do think like most of these figures from the Ahsoka line, I think they're looking like they look pretty nice to me. As I say, I don't know how accurate or they stack up to the show, but when I look at them, I'm going, to me, this looks like a nicely produced figure. And as I said, hopefully those arms are not problematic. So we've got some different snaps of Ahsoka here. Same outfit, but you've got some different looks at how you can pose her with that head sculpt. And I think it is nice to have a more expressive head sculpt, because sometimes if you're trying to do some kind of fighting or action pose and it's like this bland neutral sculpt, like it doesn't particularly match. So I like that you've got the option there. Options are good. I always say that options are good. I'm assuming these lightsabers are maybe not USB, given they are an older figure announcement. But if I'm wrong, let me know. This one is so tempting to me. I'm still trying to hold off though. I'm happy with the previous one. I'm not sure I need a third representation of Ahsoka in my collection. It's interesting though, AJ, because I remember when we were still doing the Collectors Unite stream, like Joao was saying that the price of some of these Ahsoka figures, like the line was going down in China before they'd even release. So I know previous Ahsoka figure, I can't remember which one, is like discounted on Pop Culture. So is this gonna hang around? Is this gonna sell out? I think it's so hard now. I don't know that as much hangs around the way it used to. But that's the thing. If you've got other ones that you're happy with, like I can totally get it. Like I feel like with the amount of things being produced, but also the prices, I don't think we're in a situation where it's viable to have every version of the same character the way some people would be like, I've got every Thor and every Doctor Strange and every this and every that. Like I feel like we need to be so much more selective nowadays. Ahsoka apparently has metal elbow and feet joints. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if that will help with some of the ankle issues people have had with the pegs breaking. Bob Dylan, what did you do? My goodness. Bob's just bankrolling my YouTube channel at this stage. Bob, that's very kind. Thank you. So congratulations to people who got a channel membership gifted by Bob. Nicest guy in collecting, fun fact. Gave away an Ecto 1 to Cousin Anthony. Are you still here, Cousin Anthony? Did you guys see that post? Bobby's sending Ecto 1s to Europe. My goodness, because he's the nicest guy in collecting. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Bob Dylan being so awesome. It's the only way Bob knows how to be. Seriously. He doesn't know how to be any way else. Bob the goat. He is. He's a nice dude. I'll always say that. Yeah, Bobby's the man. 500%. Guys, that's the end of my slides. Hooray, we got there. I was like, oh, is this stream going to stay under 2 hours? And I was not confident. I was not confident at all that it would. Bob, I'm definitely stubborn like a goat. I don't believe that to be true. I don't believe that to be true at all, Bob. Bob, the 1/6 Saint, I need a custom Bobby D. Oh, goodness. Can we commission that? I'd love a custom Bobby D. Unfortunately, I prefer to collect my favorite characters instead of completing lines, so I have dozens of examples of the exact same character across different brands and versions. Well, I mean, if that's how you collect, like, that's fair enough then, uncarded reviews. I just don't know that you can do both. Like, I don't know that you can be like, I'm collecting all of the Ahsoka line, but then I want every this and every that. Like, I know for me, I was getting a bit like that. Like, I had lines, but then I had all these random Captain America figures, and then trying to get things to work in my display. It was really hard because particularly in my bigger cabinets, I don't like splitting the shelves between IPs. And at one stage I had my A-Force, but then there was random Captain America figures next to them, and it didn't really work for me. But, like, if that's your preference, like, some people are like, I love Iron Man, I just want 50 versions of Iron Man. And I'm like, fair play. If that's how you want to collect, go for it. But I think people who are like, I want the full Endgame line, and I want the original trilogy, and I want Justice League, I don't think you can then be like, and here's 12 different Tom Holland Spider-Mans and 13 different... I don't know, maybe you can. Maybe you've got some gigantic house and all the money in the world. In that case, buy all the stuff. But I feel like for a typical everyday collector, I feel like you got to kind of pick one or the other, in my view. I think you can maybe have one or two characters where you're like, yep, I'm getting all the stuff. But I just think there's so many versions of so many characters. Because we're not just getting standalone movies now, it's trilogies, then there's this ensemble movie, then there's this, then there's that. I just think it's very hard. I think it's very hard to collect like that. Have a great weekend, Helen. Sorry I wasn't active in the chat today. That's absolutely fine, Valkyrie. I hope you had a good day. Or enjoy the rest of your day as well. Cousin Anthony, Bob is the only one that can make me type whilst driving, the fairy godmother of 1/6 collecting. Well... Bob, Cousin Anthony, don't be texting and driving, but I can understand because you're needing to pay a compliment to Bob Dylan, and in that case, I'll let it go. But in all other circumstances, please do not text and drive. It's not safe. Particularly in Europe, God, they drive so fast in Europe. Well, for how prices might go up, Nintendo just announced their Switch 2 is going to be $600 now. and delay pre-orders here in the US. We'll have to watch what Sideshow is going to have to do now. Goodness. $600 US for a Nintendo Switch. God, that would probably be like $1,000 here. That's just crazy. Oh, goodness. Ash, that's very kind. Ash has gifted someone a channel membership as well. That's very cool. Thank you, Ash. I appreciate that. Everyone's so generous today. Uncarded Review says, yes, unfortunately, my collecting obsession is ridiculous, including statues. Oh, you collect statues as well. Yeah, statues can be pricey. Keith Lee, sorry for joining late, been on calls all morning. What did I miss? You missed Star Wars hour with Miss Allison, and she was talking about the sleepover stormtrooper, which is like her favorite stormtrooper ever. Like, the porcelain trooper has been unseated. Who thought that was ever going to happen? Now all she wants is cherry blossom troopers with wide kimonos. Crazy. Collection obsession. Helen, do you have a collection of any one-off figures? I have Kit Bash figures, which are like one-off figures that I've made for myself. I've got I made like a black suit stealth Yelena Belova. I've got like a Captain Cold and Heatwave from the Flash TV show that I made that has like the accurate sort of weapons that I got painted up. So I guess in that sense of things that I've kit bashed, I haven't like commissioned one-off things because they are quite expensive. What else do I have? What else have I done? I've done my pilot Carol Danvers. That's another one that I've done. Trying to think what else I've got. They're probably the most unique ones that I have. The Stealth Yelena one's probably the one that is like my favorite of all the kit bashes that I've done. Because I literally took apart 2 figures, and with the help of my mum, because she's an amazing sewer and she helped me do some mods to the suit to get it fitting nice to the body. So I guess my kit bashes would be like one-offs. I don't know if they count to you, but that's what counts to me. Thought I would share the love. Thank you. Appreciate that. Happy birthday, Ash. Oh, I'm glad someone's wishing Ash a happy birthday for next month. Enjoyed your Topo video. They really dropped the ball on that one. They really did, Anthony. I'm not going to lie. I was disappointed. I was going to remind you guys of my video. I really went into that review thinking Topo was going to blow Kento out of the water. And I made a point of having the figure in hand. I probably had it in hand for about a week before I started to put my thoughts together. And I just was really, the body was terrible. And I know some of the Topo bodies haven't, like the ankle thing has not always been great. But this one, like one of the feet kept falling out. The ankles don't even peg fully into the body. The body was just so janky. Like, it felt so hard to get it to stand. Like, even this, you can see the shoulders are kind of askew. Like, getting that to look natural and even, it just felt so hard because it felt like I'd adjust one bit and then something else wouldn't sit nicely. And not making the body compatible to the DX19 head sculpt is such a miss in my view. Like, that's the most recent, well, when they were making this, like I appreciate the Armory has come out since, but when they were making this, the most recent Hot Toys head sculpt was the DX19. And in their promo photos, they're using like a 2K custom head sculpt. Like, who has that? Like, the reality is people are going to use a Hot Toys head sculpt with your third-party clothing suit. And what I had to go through to make the DX19 head sculpt work with this body was ridiculous because I got their Armory suit, which was great. I was so impressed by that. All you needed was, they told me there was a specific neck connector you needed. I got that. Perfect. And what annoys me is with the Drifter outfit for the Pattinson Batman, they give you that neck connector. And they give you a little piece of tubing for the in-art one if that's what you're using. But for this one, they give you nothing. And I contacted them and I said, hey, I'm doing a review. I'm trying to get this head sculpt to work. Like, what? And they're like, oh, you need a shorter connector. And I'm like, but which one? Like, I've got a little box where I've got like all these different like neck connectors and pegs and all that. Like, I tried everything I had and nothing worked. And I just thought it was ridiculous that the only sculpt I could get to look good out of the box without any mods was like the old Armory and DX12 head sculpt. And that's like, this is like the 6th Topo product I've bought. Like, I've bought a lot of their stuff. I've spoken very highly of them because I have been so impressed by them. And honestly, I'm kind of going, the Kento one just needs a new shirt. And because they do sell like loose Topo shirts, I'm going, maybe I just need to get a loose white Topo shirt, see if that solves the problems of the Kento one and be done. But yeah, I was just not expecting what I got with the Topo suit. I'll be honest with you. It was very surprising to me. Don't text and drive cousin Anthony. We don't want the XO1 chasing you. No, we don't. We don't. I feel like Neon Tech BB-8 is coming eventually, Miss Allison. I mean, she keeps hoping. That's Miss Allison's dream, is Neon Tech BB-8. And with all these obscure things that keep getting announced, like Grogu and a satchel, she's like, Neon Tech BB-8, it's coming. And I'm like, okay, dude, good luck with that. I'm a statue collector too. I just paid off a $1,600 statue and should have finished, and should have finally, first half this month, a statue of Hellbat, special Batman suit from Prime 1 coming. Oh, that's cool. That Captain Cold sounds interesting. Thank you. One of my first videos, which is so cringe I can't watch it, was about kit bashing, and I do show the Captain Cold and Heatwave figures that I made, and I was quite lucky because Hot Toys did do Prison Break figures back in the day, so I've got the Wentworth Miller and Dominic Purcell head sculpts from those Prison Break figures, and that's what I've used to make the Captain Cold and Heatwave. So if you can find a ready-made head sculpt, it makes the rest of the process a lot easier. I worry more about pricing for them more than I am for figures. It's fair enough. I do have 2 birthdays this month, not mine, but my nephews and my brothers. Oh, busy month for your family. Kit bashers are definitely one-of-a-kind figures. I'm always inspired by people like Bao, Yongbum, Bobby D, etc. Where do you get those wonderful toys? Oh, Bob, oh goodness. Bob, I feel like gets something new every day. I'm always... Oh, and I have to give Bob a shout out. How did I not do this? Bob Dylan, nicest guy in collecting, because he painted a set of Wenwu gloved hands for She-Hulk, because it hides the, like, you don't have that visible wrist joint. And Bobby was very kind and painted a set of the hands for me, which did arrive. So Bobby, thank you, because I can spray paint things one colour, but could I sit there beautifully painting hands? No, I couldn't, so I appreciate you. So yeah, Bob Dylan Custom Studios for all your She-Hulk hand painting needs. I think he's opening up for commissions after Easter. Probably not, just joking. Definitely not fair to use that Danzo head sculpt in their promo pics. 100% not. And this is the thing, because so many people ask them, like, does it include the sculpt? Is the sculpt included in this product? And this is what gets me, because I have noticed with Kento's doing another Bruce Wayne suit, and even though they've fuzzied the head sculpt, you can tell what the head sculpt is. You can tell it's a Hot Toys head sculpt. So very cheeky to use. Like, very few people are dropping 2K US on a head sculpt. So using that on your promo photos, but legit, this photo is what it looks like when you put the DX19 head sculpt on the body. It has no neck, is what you're getting. I just thought the steps I had to take to make the DX19 head sculpt work were just ridiculous. In all fairness, Topo had a miss when it came to the Drifter outfit for the in-art head sculpt. They also missed on properly fastening the shield on the helmet, which would break off in delivery. Oh, that's right. That helmet was very problematic. I think the thing with Topo is trying to have one outfit suit two very different figures, because we all know, in particular, the head sculpt of the in-art one, it feels like it's smaller than the Hot Toys one. So I know Bobby actually did a body swap. I think he used a Maha body with that Topo outfit set, and I think it made a huge difference. But I think that's the thing. I think they were trying to hedge their bets, and no, it can work with both. But I definitely think the Drifter set looked better with the Hot Toys head sculpt. But regardless, the quality of that, the outfit, and even the body was really nice. Like, this body on my, I think it's TP22, is terrible. I'm like, if I keep this, I've got to get another body. I've got to work out what body would work better for it, because that body is just horrible. Like, there's nothing good about it. And the hands, like, I understand Topo has started doing, like, custom hands. Like, you can buy loose hands for John Wick and this and that. And I think that's what they've done with this suit, because the hands that come with it are just random. And I think a pretty typical set of hands to have is like 2 closed fists. And this doesn't come with it. Like, there's hands that look like they're designed to hold weapons. And I'm like, but Bruce Wayne doesn't hold weapons. So it's just a bizarre product. But as I say, I agree. And I think if you were trying to make the suit work for both figures, then don't put it on a body. Don't, like, give an option where there's no body. So you can be like, hey, this version with the body, we recommend that for the Hot Toys. If you've got in-art, we recommend the version without the body. Or just don't have a body and then just recommend. Say, hey, if you've got Hot Toys, we recommend this body. If you've got in-art, we recommend that. Like, I think it would be much easier then. If you're trying to hedge your bets, don't include a body. People can pick what they want. Fist bump to you too, Bobby. I appreciate those hands. They look amazing. It's getting noticeably painful with 6-scale figure prices. I don't know how statue collectors do it. Did you see the Optimus Prime weapons depot from Prime 1? 20k, wow. Who was it that was doing a life-size Iron Man? Wasn't that something stupid like 70k or maybe more? Was it Prime 1? I mean, like, well done to you if you have that money. I don't. All I can think about is, like, that's a whole lot of mortgage payments. So I could never bring myself to pay that much for a collectible. I have the head sculpt shown. Looks like the Batman Begins re-release. It is. The DX19 head sculpt and the Batman Begins 2.0 use the same head sculpt. It's exactly the same head sculpt. So it's one of the same. That looks like Hobbit Bruce Wayne. Well, I mean, because he has no neck, literally. Queen was doing a life-size Hulkbuster. Oh, it was a Hulkbuster at 75k. I mean, he got the money, like, credit to you, but I just think of all the other things 75k could buy me, and I couldn't do it. I want that life, Deadpool. I can dream, can't I? Absolutely, you can dream. I remember pop culture had, like, life-size statues at one stage. And I remember, like, they had a like, Dark Knight Rises Batman, and that was, like, 10k back in the day, which now looks like nothing given the prices of things. But I remember wanting that, and then I'm like, dude, 10k, like, all the things you can buy with 10k, like, that's... No, you're not buying a statue. You need a forklift to assemble the thing. Hope your floor is cement or fully reinforced. Well, that's the thing. Where are you putting it? Like, it's... Yeah, I don't even know who's buying that. Like, who's buying a life-size Hulkbuster? I have no idea. Not me, that's for sure. All right. Guys, we made 2 hours. something funny is going on with my voice. So I think I'm going to look to wrap things up because it's been a long week and it's now Saturday. Happy Saturday to me. Happy Saturday to Ash. It's been Ash. It's been Saturday for a couple hours for Ash, but I'm going to wrap things up. So as I said, if you haven't seen my latest video, the Topo review, feel free to check that out after the stream. And also, once again, huge thank you to everyone for helping me hit 3,000 subscribers today. Totally blown away by the support I have on YouTube. As I say, I don't pretend that I really know what I'm doing. My whole motivation in having the channel was just watching a lot of content and being like, where are the women collectors? Like, women collect, where are they? And going, well, you're not putting yourself out there, so how can you complain that there's not females on YouTube when you're a female and you're not doing stuff on YouTube? So here I am doing my best, keeping Fridays alive. I do not know what's happening with Collectors Unite, so as I said, I'll keep going on the Fridays at this usual time. Maybe some weeks I'll unbox stuff if I have stuff to unbox, but otherwise we'll chat about New Year's week in collecting. I really appreciate everyone for coming to hang out today. The 2 hours just flew by today, seriously. Look, if you can get into the Hulkbuster and move it around, maybe it's worth a loan, but somehow I don't think it actually works. Oh my god, could you imagine the havoc that would be wreaked if there was like a Hulkbuster suit you could get into and use? My goodness. I like this sculpt, but it looks really young, too young for DX19, but the new Armory head sculpt is almost perfect for the Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, I haven't seen the Armory head sculpt in person. I don't know how I feel about it based on photos. I don't particularly love it. Everyone seems to want to give this open mouth look for Dark Knight Rises. But I have to say, having put the older sculpts on this suit, having the Armory sculpt with the Kento suit is actually growing on me, which surprises me because I had the Armory and DX12 sculpts packed away, not using them. I have how many? 1, 2, 3. I have 3 or 4 versions of that DX19 head sculpt now. Like, I liked it that much. But now I'm kind of digging the Armory sculpt with the Kento suit. I might keep it like that. We'll see. So, we'll see. But yeah, and I'll be keen to see with the new Armory, or the 2.0 of the original Armory that's coming out with the suited Bruce Wayne. I'm quite keen to see how that head sculpt comes out because I could picture myself again, like not wanting, like I've got that Armory, like I don't want to buy it again, but I could see myself picking up that head sculpt loose if it's good. I have to come on there soon for 4+ hour show. Costa, you should come on one week. Let me know if you have like a Friday you can join me. Like, definitely. I had so much fun chatting to you, and god, the time flew when I was chatting with Costa. It was crazy. Yep, 2 a.m. Yeah, I mean, goodness, and 3 a.m. in other places. So, but Costa, you should definitely come hang out one Friday. That would be cool. Because I was wondering, because as I said, I realized today, it's like Easter in 2 weeks' time. Do people still want to stream if it's like Good Friday? Like, I will turn up. But I'm like, if people are not working, will they still want to have this on? I don't know. So let me know, either in the chat, on the replay if you're watching, do you still want me to do a stream on Good Friday? Because I'll probably still do it, but we'll see. I just thought I'd see. I wondered, because if people were like, no, we're going to do other stuff, then Helen takes a week off. Great show. Thanks. You're welcome, Randall. Thank you so much for coming to hang out. Often Studios, have a good weekend, everybody. You too, Often. Thank you for coming. Mike Fella, thanks as always for a great stream, Helen. See you next week. Absolutely. Same time, same channel. Great live stream with some of my favorite 1/6 hobby peeps. Me too. Have such a good group here. I really appreciate everyone coming to hang out. Thanks for the stream. Oh, thank you, Mad Planet. Appreciate you. Oh, Luminara, Helen sent you a message on Facebook. Oh goodness, is this for something for the stream or something else? I'm just checking. goodness. Because now Facebook wants you to put in like a pin for Messenger. Oh, I will get back to you, Lumi, 100%. Because I just realized that wasn't something for the stream. So sorry for everyone watching me read. I'm sure that was really entertaining. Great stream. Thank you. Thank you for coming to hang out. Oh, okay. People sound like they're in for Good Friday. Yes. Yes, on Good Friday if you can. Okay, I'll see how I go because I don't know if I'm going to have family commitments. Sounds awesome. I'll be here for Easter stream. Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. Oh, can eat Easter chocolate eggs while watching Miss Allison. Well, yeah, I mean, or hot cross buns. Remember, guys, hot cross buns, if you can find them, delicious. Okay, thumbs up for the Good Friday stream. Fair enough. Of course, Good Friday, just to hang out and chill, have a great weekend. Also, if you're a toy collector, something else, all good, just saw that. Because sometimes people send me stuff and it's for the stream, that's why I wasn't sure. On that random note, guys, thank you so much for coming to hang out. Hope you all have a safe and happy weekend, and I will see you back here, same time, same channel, to do it all again. I'll see you next time.